I was just on my live for day 84 of vibe coding an app until I make $1 million, but I had to end the stream because, guys, there's huge news. We have a new model. That's right. I repeat, we have a new model. As you can see here, Claude Opus 4.5 has officially been released. Here are the benchmarks right here, and what they have said is that they said introducing Claude Opus 4.5, the best model in the world for coding, agents, and computer use. Opus 4.5 is a step forward in what AI systems can do and a preview of what larger changes to how work gets done. So this is huge, guys. This just came out about 15 minutes ago. So this just hit the wire, and the BridgeMind community is already on it. Welcome to the stream. If you have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We are about to start cooking with this model, but let's take a look real quick. I'm going to drop the link to the stream in the BridgeMind Discord. If you guys are not yet liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. PNK Sound, let's go, guys. Big W's in the chat for the new model. So if you look here from their tweet, you can see that, this apparently is the best coding model. Look at this, agentic coding, 80.9%. So about a 6.4% increase on top of Opus 4.1. So hold on, let me send a message out to everyone. All right, so so let's see. There's a couple things that we're gonna want to review. First of all, it is in Cursor, so let's open up Cursor here. Let me pull up chat real quick too, though. But guys, big W's in the chat. This is like huge. This is a big model, guys. And what's crazy is I wasn't even expecting for us to get this model. This is crazy. So let's open this up, and dang, this is crazy, guys. So let's see here. So is this in Cursor? I believe it is, because they did say that they released it in the API. So we're gonna check this out. Can we get this in Cursor? Droid Tech, what's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome in. Welcome back. Okay, let's see here. So let's see, is this in models? Let's go to models here, and there it is. Look at that, guys. Opus 4.5 available now in Cursor. There's the Opus 4.5 no thinking, and then there's an Opus 4.5 with thinking. Now, the big question that we want to know is how much is this model? I think that is, Dan said that it's really nice so far on his project. So this is huge, guys. Big W's in the chat. Let's drop a couple things. So this is what it looks like. We're going to be using this on real production code. As you guys know, we are working on ViewCreator. If you guys have not already liked the video, welcome in. Let's go. So let's go. So agentic coding, 80.9, agentic terminal coding, 59.9. I know that, or 59.3. I know that people are saying that's not that far off from GPT 5.1, but guys, I don't know. That's a big difference. Look at that. So Codex Max, 77.9. It beat Codex Max by a whole 3%, which in our world, that does make a difference. Oh, wow, that's huge. Okay, Dan just said that it has the same Sonnet, it's the same as Sonnet 4.5. So let's look at costs, guys. What are costs? We need to know that right now. That's the biggest thing. Claude 4.5, or let's go to Cursor. Maybe it's in Cursor. Model pricing. Let's see, is it in Cursor already? Let's see, pricing, Cursor docs. Okay, not there. Hold up here. Models, is it already in? It's not already in there. It's not there. Okay, not there yet. Oh, Claude. Or wait, Claude API pricing. That's probably pricing. All right, Claude API pricing here. All right, so this is big, guys. My name is Tito. Said costs are $5.25 per mil. No, I want API pricing. All right, okay, here it is. Oh wow, guys, this is huge. All right, so Opus 4.5 input $5 per million, output 25 per million, which may sound like a lot, but when you compare that with 4.1, that is like literally a third of the cost. Yeah, so apparently it's the same price as 4.5 Sonnet and Cursor. That is the API. Okay, so let's use it, guys. Let's start using it. So we were just, right before we started this stream, we were trying to build a clipping agent, and we were having some issues with this clipping agent. So now a big question is, we've been working on this clipping agent for what, 2.5 hours? And the big question is, are we going to be able to build the clipping agent now with Claude 4.5 Opus or Claude Opus 4.5. So let's go to ViewCreator. You guys can see I just created the thumbnail actually with ViewCreator, which is pretty nice. But let's go over here. This is huge. Okay, so let's just try it out. Let's get started. Let's start a new agent, and we're gonna start fresh, and we're gonna use, okay, there it is. So 4.5 max mode on, and let's go over here and let's go to our API here and run an npm run start dev. No, this does not. It's the same as, it's literally the same as Sonnet, guys. It's the same price as Sonnet. Danny said that Cursor is currently taking a loss to get people using Opus 4.5 there instead of Claude Code, so it's got a 2-week discount. Okay, that's good to know. So WDan just said that right now, inside of Cursor, it has a discount, okay? So here's an error right off the bat. Listening error. Is this, it's already listening? Okay, so real quick, okay. Kill the task running on local port 3001. Okay, so for 2 weeks. Okay, so how fast is it? That's a big question I have. Do a complete in-depth review of our AI clipping agent functionality in all related documentation. Oh wow, that was fast. On the other one here. You are going to be assisting me in building out this agent and fixing errors and actually getting this to be working. I'm not a big fan of the Google Anti-Gravity editor yet. I think it has potential, but not a huge fan yet. So here, okay, yep, done. Okay, that was a pretty easy task, right? Just a quick one. So let's see if we can get the API running. So we're trying to get this this AI clipping agent working. So let's go to sign in, and let's sign into our ViewCreator account here. And I will say, you know what I like about Claude and Anthropic is that they don't overhype the models. I mean, they literally just drop. They will just drop the models. And we were not expecting this model today. This came out of nowhere. We were on stream. I mean, Fat Jay, we are just started. This model came out like 20 minutes ago, so we are just getting kind of rolling here to get it starting. But let's see here. I mean, it says that Claude Opus on the benchmarks is the #1 model now. So let's see. We're going to be putting it to the test. Is that accurate? We'll see. So we're working on this AI clipping agent. And what we're trying to do, first of all, I do not like the styling. Let's see how good it is at UI. So we're literally going to give it that same prompt. So we have a slash command in here, which is the revamp styling. So let's see how good Claude 4.5 Opus is at styling. As you guys know, Gemini 3 Pro is amazing at styling. But the big question now is what's actually better? Is Opus going to be super good at styling too? And how fast is it? You can see that it automatically launched that agent there. It looks pretty fast, guys. The current is no way. Do you guys see this? Wait. Oh my gosh, I have to open that up. I don't know if you guys just saw that. I saw it though. It literally said while I was thinking, oh man, can I find that? Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is crazy. No, it keeps, okay, I need to open up this thought. It literally says the current design looks like AI slop. That's literally what it said in its thought. I saw that. I'm trying to go back to it so you guys can see that. That was crazy. It says in here, it says the current design looks like AI slop and the user wants me to change it. That's hilarious. Innocent Freestyle said Claude 4.5 Opus. Nice to see my favorite YouTuber. Check it out. Let's go, man. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm excited. I was not, new models are like, if you're a vibe coder and you get a new model, you literally just got way better at programming. And that's the great part about, being at the forefront of this technology is that every time we get a new model, we become better. So guys, let's start cooking up. This is crazy. So yeah, it literally said, I can't find it now, but if you guys can probably pause the video, and if you go back, I literally saw inside of its thought that it said that it looked like AI slop. Yeah, Kodiak said that he saw that too. Yeah, it said that it was like, yeah, this looks like too much like AI slop. That's hilarious. All right, so an in-depth review here. So it literally, wow. Okay. Great work. I now need you to completely finish building this system. All right, let's see here. So it did an in-depth review, and look at what it did. It actually completed like a really nice table summary. Do you guys see this? So, okay, so for those of you, I know that this live stream is probably going to pop off, so there's going to be a lot of new... Oh my gosh, what the heck? You guys see this? Clip intelligence, what the heck? What in the world? Okay, first of all, it did not follow the theme, but what the heck? Hold up, we need to pull this up in in this here. Okay, wait, hold up. So AI clipping agent, what the heck? That's a different look, that's for sure. Innocent Freestyle said apparently it beats Gemini 3 in most benchmarks. Also seems great. So first of all, it did not. I will say it did not follow my my request of making it follow the theme. Right, that is one thing. So let's go back and say, okay, decent job, but you didn't follow the theme of the application. So review the styling guide and look at the other pages of the application, and then make sure that this page is complete and takes up full width and is modern and uses the actual theme of the application and is fully responsive and uses modern layouts and styling. Yeah, it looks way too cluttered. Danny said that is such an Anthropic UI. Yeah, this is yeah. Very, very interesting. Let's give it a shot, guys. Just remember, when new models come out, we have to give them a shot. We can't just judge it right off of one prompt. We can't judge it right off the bat. What I am interested in is, this is actually so interesting. So with what we were doing today, just as a reminder for anybody watching that's new, okay? So we're on day 84 of Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 Million. We're working on ViewCreator, and ViewCreator is an open beta production platform where users are able to use an all-in-one platform to manage everything from scheduling, AI content creation, and publishing to all their different social media networks. And today, what the main focus of today is AI clipping. And we've been working on AI clipping for like the last 2.5 hours. And what I'm very interested in is how good is Claude 4.5 Opus going to be at getting our clipper actually working. And I think that this is actually the perfect test because, guys, we've been using, GPT 5.1 codecs, we've been using Composer 1, we've been using Claude Sonnet 4.5, but now we literally just got a better model, and now we can actually use it for the clipper. I will say the speed is actually pretty decent. On Claude 4.5 Opus, it's pretty decent. Senzi said this is where it said AI slop, yeah. PNK Sound said it's better than everything before this past year, so I ain't complaining. Yeah, I mean, let's give it a shot, right? But yeah, let's go back to what Claude said, and actually while it's working, kind of review what it said. So yeah, Claude Opus right here. So look at this. So we have, in terms of novel problem solving, number one, I mean, it's number one in pretty much everything, is it not? Number one. Graduate level reasoning, Gemini 3 Pro wins out by a lot, and then multilingual Q&A, Gemini Pro wins out, and then visual reasoning, looks like GPT 5.1 wins out in visual reasoning. But I will say, guys, I mean, boom, 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 boom. I mean, what is that, 7 out of 10? I mean, that's pretty impressive. So let's see, AI clipping agent, so it redid it. It kind of like didn't really change much there. I don't know how I feel about that. And it's also all squished. Try again. I wanted a completely different look. Right now it looks really squished and there's just too much going on. It needs to be responsive. Completely redo the UI for it. What I like more is instead of having the new clipping job and then the actual processing queue side by side, I want the new clipping job to go at the top and then processing queue can go underneath that, and I want it to be completely changed on the styling. All right, let's try that. That's a little bit better of a prompt, and then we'll also pass in the revamp as well. There we go. All right, and then AI Clipper, it's still working. So, I mean, in terms of, yeah, number one in cost, yeah. Well, but remember, Claude 4.1 Opus, and first of all, Cursor currently has a 2-week sponsorship or whatever promotion where they're making it so that Claude Opus 4.5 is the same price as Claude Sonnet 4.5. So if you are using Claude Sonnet 4.5, it is the same price in Cursor for the next 2 weeks. So we're using it in Cursor right now. It's the same price, so we're not worried about it right now. But also, it is a third of the cost, even without the promotion. It's a third of the cost. So compared with 4.1 Opus, 4.5 Opus is a third of the cost of Opus 4.1, which, guys, that's actually huge. That is huge. Let's see. We'll see what it does. Moonport Media asked, "How's Opus so far?" I can't give you guys an opinion. I'm gonna use this probably for the next like 2 hours. So we're gonna be grinding. We're gonna be grinding, guys, and then by the end I'll be able to give an opinion on it. But we're gonna use it on some actual production code for the next couple hours, and we'll see. We'll see. Oh wow, there we go. There we go. Wow. Okay, look at this, guys. I did do a little bit of a better prompt there, and look at this. So this is the UI that did come up with, and this is actually what I wanted. So we have just the URL here, And then the number of clips, you can add notes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 2 weeks lighting money on fire to earn you. Yeah. All right, so that's actually pretty good. I mean, what do you guys think? That is a lot better. Whoa, it just like reverted? What the heck? You guys see that? Why did it just revert? What in the world? It had it, and then it just reverted it. The page was updated, but then you rolled it back. Would you look at the page again and make sure that you update the page? Did you guys see that? What the heck was that? It literally had it, and then it rolled it back. Oh, shoot. I know why. It's because I had the agents on top of each other. Oh, man. So that's like one... Okay, that's actually user error on my part. So what happened there was I actually had two agents collide. I had two agents on top of each other there. So that's actually my bad. Oops. Okay, wait, Dan said I can see a cross-integration select from profile library features or drop down next to the URL input. What do you mean? All right, hold on, let's take a seat here. Let's drop down the desk because we gotta lock in. Dang, that was a pretty good update. We did cross agents, so it rolled it back, but we've got to check this out, guys. Sun IP said, just found your stream and love the energy. I've been doing the same kind of venture as yourself for the last 3 months, coding 16 hours a day, and this makes me feel less lonely. LOL, wish I had friends to vibe code with. Yeah, that's what our community is for. You know, we have one of the biggest vibe coding communities on the internet, and it's one of the fastest growing communities as well. So if you have not already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. Thanks, Dan, for dropping it. But yeah, I mean, that's what we have the community for. So there we go. It did integrate it back. So there we go. Let's hear. Dan said, like selecting YouTube videos from a linked profile as opposed to dropping in a URL. Oh, Dan, that's a really good point. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, so here's the README. So it did say that this is now done. App API job root. What in the world? Okay, app API AI clipping agent. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's change this as well. So we're gonna go down to services here. Note that we should be connecting to the API endpoint completely through services and not through the Next.js native API routes. Remove the API directory entirely and completely transition this over to using the existing services directory. Let's go, Sampai. Okay, so I'm gonna drop in this. I mean, we already have this. You can completely delete the API directory. We actually don't want that. Well, I have uploads. AI clipping agent. Okay, so I do see that it actually did it did just get a little bit confused, right? I mean, Jesse Bankman, I'm not going to give any thoughts on 4.5 until I use it for at least an hour and a half. But I will say off the top, just from based on what we have been given, it's a third of the price compared with Opus 4.5. And it is about, like, in terms of agentic coding, it is 4% higher. That's like probably the main benchmark that I always look at is the agentic coding Sweetbench verified. And look at that. That's a pretty substantial improvement. Look at that. And what I will say is it does seem fast. I wish they had information on, oh, look at what they said. Hold on, let's watch this here.
I trust this model more. Hey,
oh, wow.
I'm Sholto. I'm an engineer and researcher here at Anthropic. Claude Opus 4.5 is our best model yet. It's the best in the world at coding, agentic tasks, and everyday work like spreadsheets. What's harder to show is how it just gets it. I trust this model more. My time between interventions keeps getting longer, and I keep seeing colleagues say it solved a bug that Sonnet never could have found. The model's also more efficient, because it knows when to think before acting so that it makes the right change.
Dang.
We've got this take-home. It's a 2-hour intensive engineering task, and in that time, the model scored higher than any human ever has.
What?
It's also much better at front-end, it's way better at vision, and that makes it a lot better at using computers. Opus 4.5 is available today. For the first time, it's on every major cloud platform. Let us know what you think.
Wow, okay. All right. They're hyping it up. Multilingual here. I mean, yeah, it does dominate. Look at this. JavaScript, TypeScript. Huge advantage. Look at this. Huge advantage. 80% versus, look at Opus 4.1. Wow. It was at like 62%. That's insane. Wow. Wow. Concerning behavior. Wow, they did a great job with this release. Yeah, the LLM war is awesome. Grok isn't very good. Alright, so let's go back over here. Let's see if it was able to do what we needed to do. Alright, so let's test this. Let's test this out. Let's head over. Imagine it one-shotted it. That would be absolutely insane. Alright, so let's test this out. So this is the video that I'm trying to clip. Let's go over here. Create viral clips. Alright, queued. Processing. If this got a one-shot, guys, I think I think that would be probably insane. I doubt that it one-shots it, right? Yusuf said Gemini 3 Pro is deprecated. Yeah, this is insane, guys. So, you know, this just got released 30 minutes ago, and you know, we're testing it out on production code. We just had it update. I want to get a couple different things like going at once. Let's go launch a new agent, and let's take a look at like try and find some additional projects that we kind of just throw this at, right? Let's just check out Spark. Spark looks good. How about this? How about MCP use? How about tool use? Use the Sentry MCP and review errors from this project. And then I'm literally just going to drop in the ViewCreator UI project. Make a list of errors that you see that need to be fixed. Spike trend said I still really like Gemini 3 Pro. I mean, this model just got released in like 30 minutes. I mean, I think we got to give it a shot, right, guys? Let's give it a shot for a bit. All right, let's go back over to AI clipping agent. Still processing. Still processing, guys. And so for those of you that watch the channel, you know, it's been on our list. It's day 84 of vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. And we've been working on our AI clipping agent for the past 2.5 hours for ViewCreator. And I mean, this is the longest run that we've had. Without it, you can see all of these failed. This is the longest run for this agent that we've had. If this worked, that would be crazy. Unauthorized. Okay, high priority production errors. Oh, wow. Okay, review the errors and create a plan to fix the errors that need to be fixed. Also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'm live every single day. Let's move the desk back up. Let's get back on our feet, guys, because oh, it just failed. It did just fail. Man, it did just fail. But it did run for like 3 minutes. It did run for 3 minutes, so hold on. We need to do something real quick. Kill the task running on port 3001. Zaya, thank you. Cams, let's go. I mean, new model, guys. I mean, we just got a better tool, you know, and that's why vibe coding and AI is so amazing, is because we just got a better tool. And, you know, we all just got better. And people that aren't using AI, they couldn't relate to this. All right. Push-ups DSAT. Let's lock in for a bit. We'll do push-ups in a minute. But yeah, so it did fail here. And now we're gonna have to rerun this for sure. I mean, this says still processing. So what is this, a reattempt? I think this is a reattempt. But we did kill what was running. Wait, is this still running? It shouldn't be, right? Huh. All right, let's hold on. Let's see here. Okay. So we'll have to see what actually errors, but you know, we did really improve the logging system for this. So we'll see. Okay. So now this create a plan. Okay. Use the Sentry MCP and review errors that we are getting in this application. Yeah, Rob just made such a good point. And I actually have, you know, kind of an interesting story about that. So, you know, about a year ago, which is crazy to say, like, if you guys remember when 01 got released, which was a huge model, it changed a lot. Review the errors that we are getting and create an in-depth review of the errors that we are getting and create a plan on fixing the common errors that we are getting. You know, when we first got 01, that was really when we started getting like very, very good thinking models, right? That was the start of this entire thinking period. And I remember I had been working on an issue for like an entire day with 01, right? Or not, with like GPT-4o, right? And then they dropped 01, and 01 one-shotted the issue. And I was like, wow, that is absolutely incredible, right? So it's always fun to be able to get some of these new tools because, okay, so let's see, is this job still running? Let's refresh. So this is a job, this is a clipping job that's running, so I'm very interested to see, it is processing. And we'll be able to see the logs when they come back. Oh, yeah, Dan. All right, guys, let's hit some push-ups. Let's go. We got 2 agents working for us. Let's hit some push-ups. All right, the push-ups help the blood. You keep the blood flowing. What's the push-up schedule? How often? The push-up schedule is, there is no schedule. We just got to do it all the time. The push-up schedule is whenever we need to lock in, and right now we need to lock in. So this is still processing. So I do think that that's going to fail, but we'll see why it fails, how it fails, and be able to debug from there. What else can we test with this? So we're using Sentry. This here. Let's try restyling this page here. How good is the UI? Let's do this revamp styling here. And if I go to dashboard, connect socials right here. Boom. Yeah, in between agent runs. You know what's crazy is nobody was expecting this model today. Gemini 3 Pro was more hyped up than this model for sure. I don't think was anybody actually expecting this model? Senpai said I need to do that instead of watching anime during agent runs, yeah. All right, let's see what it's able to do. So also, how's this going here? Okay, so this did fail. It didn't say why it failed. Oh, wait. All right, here it is. All right, so here's the failure. So now we're gonna be able to use this to debug it. Review the console logs and identify why this failed. Yeah, PNK, you can't take a nap right now with the new Opus 4.5 launch. Okay, review the console logs and identify why this failed. Create a plan and fix it. Man, I wish that we had Opus 4.5 at the very beginning of this. Because we probably, yeah, we are getting close, and Ricky. Oh, it was on X all morning? I had no idea. Opus 4.1, when did it come out? Maybe 3 months ago? Here, when did Opus 4.5 come out? Also, this one, still working, run. Okay. All right, so fix long audio transcription timeout. Oh, okay. Okay, so, oh, awesome. Oh my gosh, this is genius. Do you guys see this? All right, so the issue, which totally makes sense because I dropped in literally like, you know what we should do? We should actually test this with, okay, so this is like a good edge case. This is a good edge case, but the reason that this failed is because we needed to break up the transcription for Whisper, okay? Yeah, and Ricky said compared to last year, we'll take everything we've got now. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you guys like are seeing, if you guys have been doing this for the past year, that's why it's like I am definitely a believer of like AI is not a bubble. I think that it's just getting started because if you compare, if you've truly been using this technology and you've truly been involved in it day to day and you've been working as hard as you can to become a better AI engineer and a better user of AI, you'll know how far we've truly come in the last year. And I just can't believe it. I'm very, very happy about this model. I'm very happy to have a better tool, truly. Because when we get better tools, that means that we become better programmers. It means that we become more productive workers. It means that we become just more capable in general. And that's why it's like, I'll talk to people that I know that I went to high school with, and I'll be like, are you using AI? And they're like, nah, not really. They're like, ChatGPT is helpful. And I'm like, these people have no idea. And that's why I don't think that AI is a bubble, is some people have no idea. Danny said, best stat, up to 76% reduction in output tokens versus Sonnet 4.5. No more readme rules needed. Let's go. Let's go. How much development knowledge did I have before vibe coding? It's interesting because I talk about this. I do have standardized development knowledge. I have like hundreds of, badges on codecademy.com. I didn't go to school for, coding, but I am self-taught and I did do like courses and stuff. But, one thing I'll say is that with vibe coding, what it allows you to do, and let's check out that Connect Socials page to see if it did make, wow, look at that. Look at that styling. Look at that. What do you guys think here? Oh my gosh, that actually does look better. That does look better, guys. That's fire. What do you guys think? The UI there? Oh, that is clean. Oh my gosh, look at what it did for the Instagram. It literally, guys, it made on the hover effects, it gives it the color of Instagram and it gives the color of YouTube. And look at the Instagram gradient. That's actually cracked. That's crazy. That's awesome. All right, what about Playground? Let's try to do something really complex. Okay, so one thing is we have all these different models here, and one thing that we want to do is for the Playground, we want to simplify it so that people don't have to know. Like, for example, a non-technical person is not going to really care or know the difference between VO 3.1 or VO 3.1 reference to video. So we're going to have to create a mapping system where users don't, for example, this is what, and I've thought about this offline, but I'll just kind of draw it out because we'll just do it right now to test this model. We're going to test a bunch of stuff that's on my mind, and we are testing we're working, the main thing that we're going to be working on is AI clipping, but we will test some of these other things as well. So on the Playground, for example, so the Playground page, we have all these different models, right? So we got VO 3.1, VO 3, Sora 2, reference to image, whatever, right? And really what it needs to be for a non-technical person is it just needs to have, be very, very simple about, I don't know, maybe hi, or edit, something simple for the users to really understand. So let's just kind of tell Opus what we want it to do and see how capable of a model it is in that context, right? So what we'll do is we know exactly where this is in our app, so we just go to Playground here, right? Drop in Playground as context, and then we're gonna whip over to the API. And in the API, we're gonna look for the Playground API, that module. Is that it? Or it may be, yeah, it's right here. So Playground. Review in the API and in the front end the logic of the playground. Something that I am now considering is I want it to be more user-friendly. For example, I don't want users to have to even worry about what model names or options there are. I want it to be simple so that a non-technical person would be able to easily know what to choose. So, for example, instead of having all of the different options for different models to choose from, maybe we could just use the best model. So, for example, for image generation, the best model is Nano Banana Pro, but there's Nano Banana Pro and then there's Nano Banana Pro Edit, right? So there's text to image and then there's an image to image. And then there's also other models like Nano Banana that is not Pro, but we should come up with a better system. So for example, even though Nano Banana Pro is a different model that has higher reasoning, instead of giving the user the model name, because the user may not understand the model, maybe we could approach it with a different mapping system where users are just given, for example, high, medium, and low, and then they're able to select whether they want it text to image or image to image, for example, and make it easier to understand for the end user or the common user. You will need to build a mapping system. Do not break functionality. Our current system works perfectly, so just come up with a mapping system that makes it easier for a common user to understand. So that's a pretty good prompt, just kind of like streaming my consciousness from WhisperFlow to Opus 4.5. We dropped in the context that it needs. It should be able to just completely understand what I want, right? So let's now review this. Was it able to do this yet? Has this built? How it works? Okay, it looks like this actually does work. Did it test it? This already tested? There's no way it already tested it, right? Hold up here. Did it test it already? Let's see. 8 minutes ago. Okay, so that was a failure 8 minutes ago. Dan said that tokens needed for better output, so it's cheaper. Yeah, its pricing is very, very good. This could be a really good model, guys. Kill the task we're on port 3001. Okay, so one thing that we're gonna also do to test this clipping agent is, as you guys noticed, you know, it was taking a bit long to actually test the clipper. And the reason that was because we were testing it with like a 2-hour long clip. So hey, a 2-hour long clip is fine, right? But one thing that we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna test it with maybe a shorter clip, maybe like a 20-minute, right? So maybe this one here. So I'll test this one here. And we'll copy this here. And let's refresh, that should refresh, yep. And then let's drop this in. Create viral moments. I don't know, extract. And then we're gonna let this run and see what it comes back with. But this is big, guys. Claude 4.5 Opus, yeah, so Imperium asked, is it good? So apparently it's good, right? I mean, apparently it's good. Oh, shoot. So we got multiple changes coming in, so we may have to wait for this one to finish just because it's changing up the typing here, which is unfortunate. Or did we get our request in soon enough? I think we may have gotten it in soon enough. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, apparently this is like a really, really good model. I mean, if you go to the benchmarks, I mean, right here, agentic coding 80.9%. So it's literally 3% higher than GPT 5.1 Max. So you're talking about Codex Max, which is basically ChatGPT Pro inside of Codex, and they're saying that, yeah, this model is way better than that one. So that's saying a lot, guys. That is saying a lot. So let's just kind of let it work and test it. Zyme again said, what would you advise to someone who's going to learn programming the old traditional way, learn the programming language, and build projects and stuff, as you have seen the ultimate of vibe coding? Yeah, so my suggestion is do not learn programming the old way. Don't do that, okay? You need to understand the core concepts. You need to understand the basics. But the thing is that you can now learn while you're building. You can learn through building. You can learn as you go. You can offset what you don't know to the model and just do your best to really understand what you're building, why it's building it. And you can now learn from the AI while it's building it. And look at this. It looks like this came back. The transcription failed again here, unfortunately. So let's now toss this back in. Now I got this error. Review and create a plan to fix this. All right, and then we'll do plan again. Plan. But guys, if you're watching, you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I see we have 170 people watching, and We've only got 54 likes, so guys, let's get 100 likes on the video. If you're watching, you haven't already liked the stream, make sure you do so. We're only 45 likes away. Let's go. All right. So fix audio chunk size for OpenRouter AI API. So reduce audio chunk duration and bit rate to stay under OpenRouter's file size for limit for transcription. Okay. Oh, that exceeds it? Okay, interesting. All right, so let's build this. Looks like we hit that hit another limit on that. Papayo, what's up, man? So we hit another limit. Let's see here. And then this playground service is working right now. Okay, nice. So this was doing the sentry errors. So we had 2 bugs. One on the thumbnails page, and then another one on the thumbnails page. Interesting, okay. All right, let's try this. I want you to use browser tools and review the sign-up flow in complete depth and review how it works in the API as well as in the front end, and do an in-depth review and provide feedback and analysis on the sign-up flow. Okay, and then let's just add the ViewCreator API and add the ViewCreator UI. And then literally just toggle browser tools. The cursor has been weird lately. I can't even click browser. You guys notice that? I can't click this. Maybe it's natively on now or something. Or because I already have it open, it's already just on. All right. All right, Sentry. Why is it updating Sentry? Whoa. Oh, interesting. Interesting, okay. All right, looks like this is now fixed. Did this already finish? All right, it said done. All right, in-depth review, improve user-friendly. Which one was this one? Okay, let's fix these errors. Fix these errors. Yeah, I spent about $600 on AI a month. I'm on the Cursor Ultra plan. Okay, so let's solve these errors, and then we're gonna resubmit to see if we can get this AI clipping agent working. Yeah, I'm on the Ultra plan for Cursor. Yeah, I am. I'm very, very excited about this. Apparently, it's really good at spreadsheet use. It's funny because on these graphs, they do like manipulate them just in terms of they're like, it makes it look like Opus 4.5 is so much better. You know, but it really, you know, look at this accuracy percentage, 70% to 82%. So it does make it look a lot. It just a little marketing exaggeration there, but that's all right. All right, so did fix those. So now let's retest this. Let's go back over here and let's drop this back in. See if we can get this working. Create viral clips. Yeah, I only use Cursor now. Yeah. Yeah, so I do use, like, I use Cursor as my main. I technically have a ChatGPT and a, you know, a Claude Code subscription or a Claude subscription. But, you know, Cursor is so good, in my opinion, and I like using it so much. It's just my tool of choice, right? So, all right, so we'll let this run. Ah, shoot. The Cursor Ultra plan is $200 a month. All right, let's get it. Guys, we just surpassed 8,300 subscribers. Thanks so much for the support. Really appreciate it. All right, hold up. Kill the task running on port 3001. How much is Sentry? I spend $30 a month on Sentry, and it's actually really useful when you are in production. I will say that. It's, you know, once you're in production, you have a full look at everything that you're doing, right? So if there's errors, it's going to ping you. It's going to be like, hey, here's the error. And you know, there's probably not a better tool for a user interface error resolver than Sentry. So I would highly recommend it. So I integrated yesterday. It was actually very simple to integrate. When I first integrated Sentry, I kind of over-engineered it. Let's do create viral clips. I kind of over-engineered it, and then this time around, I did a much simpler way of doing it. All right, so the clipping agent just started. You can see the kind of the logs that we're working with here. Perfect. All right, so I said review and fix. Interesting. Why did you create those Sentry configuration files? I didn't even ask you to do that. Why did you do that? Just explain why you did that. So it did this. It was trying to do this yesterday too. I think there's some best practice that I'm missing. Can you show me the font that you're using? I'm using what's called Inter. Oh, the theme? It's Inter. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest. Also, if you guys haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. We're headed to 1,000 members in the Discord. So if you want to join a Vibe coding community, make sure you do that. All right. Thank you, Danny. All right, so let's go here. So this is still going in-depth review. What did it even say here? It said, paid. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow, I didn't even ask it to do that, and it did fix it. So look at this. So the client config includes before send filtering that drops, and it's these 403 errors that, for example, if somebody has insufficient credits or if there's an entitlement error, then it's going to be able to block that, right? So like an entitlement is when somebody, let's say they're on a free plan and they try to, oh wow, guys, look at this. It's starting the ingestion here. Why did this one fail here? Here, let's, okay, this one did fail. All right, let's go back here. Please check. We're still stuck on this. We're still stuck on this error. So Opus struggling here. Review and fix application. Where even is it? It's this, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. This one. Cursor makes it so easy to manage these agents now. All right, using the Sentry MCP, review the ViewCreator API project and list out errors that you are seeing and have seen so far in Sentry and create a plan on fixing them. And then I'm going to drop in, I mean, that's all we need, right? Plan. All right, boom. Identify errors that you see through the MCP and fix them. Do you start a new chat for every prompt? What's your suggestion? I just start it whenever I'm working on, for example, just a new agent that's going to have a particular thing, right? I'm gonna change it, you know? Okay, it said that it fixed it. Alright, current method not allowed. OpenRouter doesn't have this endpoint at all. OpenAI Whisper. Is OpenAI Whisper in OpenRouter? What endpoint is trying to be accessed in OpenRouter? What's the endpoint that it's trying to go to? See you, Dan. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, have a good one, Dan. Bill Alora asked, is it better than Gemini 3? Bronny said, just joined. What do you think so far? I'm still, the verdict's still out. I'm going to keep using it. It usually takes me about 3 hours to really get a feel for a model. So I'm going to be using it this entire stream, but we're just going to get, I can't, you know, I'm not going to overhype it like a bunch of other AI influencers do. I'm going to give you guys an honest review, and I need some more time right now. OpenRouter API v1 define in OpenRouter. Okay, interesting. Is Whisper in OpenRouter? It should be, right? So that's the issue that we're running into. Whisper. Nope. What about Grok? Okay, let's just change this and use Whisper instead. I already have this existing OpenAI module. Let's integrate with that instead. I do have an OpenAI API key set, so just use this existing architecture and go through the OpenAI module for this instead of OpenRouter for the transcription. All right, so this will be a really interesting test. Is it able to intuitively do that, right? Because let me just double check and make sure I have this all set up, OpenAI. Dan did say you can pivot to Grok for that. Yeah, see, Dan. Well, I'm probably gonna use Whisper to start. I think I've heard a lot more about Grok and how Grok is better for transcriptions, but OpenAI Whisper 1. Okay, it said that it pivoted. All right, this should work. This should work. Okay, let's see. All right, so we're having an issue with OpenRouter, so now we pivoted to use Whisper, which we already had an existing architecture framework for. So create viral clips. Is Opus 4.5? I mean, the benchmarks say that it's much better. Bill Alora said the model will re-index the code you specify in chat. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, guys. Let's test this. If this could work, and if this does work, I'm going to be very impressed. Let's go to Playground. If you guys remember, that agent was working on the recreation of the Playground logic. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right, this is sick. Okay, so if you guys remember what we had... Oh, use Whisper 3? Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Whisper 3. Let's just see if it works with Whisper 1, right? Whisper 3, V-large. Wow. Introducing Whisper. OpenAI API. OpenAI API Whisper. All right, let's see. Speech to text. Whisper 1. I think Whisper 1 the only that's available through the OpenAI API though. I'm not sure. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Danny said, Grok hosts OpenAI's Whisper model on high-speed inference chips. Grok is cool. They're just an inference provider and host one of the fastest transcription models given their hardware. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, Dan, that's going to go on the list then for us to transition to that. But right now, I think just for MVP, I think that if we can get this working, right, that would be huge. Oh, man, this did... It's okay. Let's see if we can get it working. Kill the task ran on port 3001. All right, let's see if we can do this again. So we're gonna have to retry this. That's all right. Daxman said, hi, I have a question. I would like to ask, what plan have you paid on Cursor? I have the Cursor Ultra plan. Yeah, Cursor Ultra. All right, so we're gonna test out that playground functionality as well. Let's go here. Okay. All right, starting up, booted. All right, nice. All right, Google Chrome. All right, models. All right, that is so sick. We're gonna try it out in a second. First, let's try this. Drop it in. All right. How can I try it for free on Cursor? I don't think that this model is free on Cursor. Helios, what's up? Noor Hassan said, should check Claude Code Desktop. Is that a thing? Claude Code Desktop? All right, also, if you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're at 8,314 subs, which is crazy. All right, so these are processing. So we have actually gotten past a lot of the errors, I will say, that we were getting. You know, now we're like 2 minutes into it, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, search issues. Limit 50. Okay, nice. All right, yeah, so let's check this playground functionality. While this is rendering, we'll see, did this actually work? So over on the playground, let's use, so there's premium, high, and standard. And these map to different models. So you upload, so that just made it a lot more user-friendly because before, okay, Nor said that new Claude Desktop updated app. Claude Code Desktop. Oh, just an updated app. I mean, that's... I think I already have that on my computer. I guess not. Claude Desktop app. They updated it? Oh, interesting. We'll try that another time. Make a button to delete the failed tries. Ali, that's a good one. All right, so you can see that right now it's splitting audio into 5 chunks for transcription. Chunk 1 transcribed, 103 segments. So look, it is working, guys. It's working. You should add demo video of the different qualities on hover of it. That's a good idea. Austin said, will you create an AI live stream agent if ViewCreator takes off? That way, streamers don't have to stream anymore. That's a good point. Maybe I can replace myself, pass in all the training data. Then you guys can just prompt with what you want to see, right? AM Speedwagon, the verdict's still out, but I will say, and this is why it's like, hey, when there's a new model, I'm not. You guys know me. I'm not an AI influencer that's gonna like hype things up for views. Like I'm actually here. If you guys want to see authentic model reviews, if you guys want to see, you know, somebody that's not paid to shove a bunch of AI, you know, sponsored stuff down your throat. You know, come to BridgeMind, come to the BridgeMind community because I don't take any sponsors. So when it comes to actually reviewing this model, I'm going to take my time to review it. I'm not going to overhype it like a lot of other AI influencers do. I'm going to take my time and I'm going to give you guys a kind of a validated opinion after I work with this for a while. But one thing I will say, guys, is this looks like it's freaking working. This looks like it's working. Oh, it did just fail. No. Well, okay. One thing I will say, though, is it did get through the transcription step. Do you guys see this? This is actually big. So it did get through the transcription step. And you can see from the logs, I mean, that's why we created the logs, is so that we actually had this transcription. So now we're going to do this. Now review the logs. It looks like we made progress. It's no longer failing at the transcription step. Now what is causing the error? It looks like it's failing on the Gemini review now. So the Gemini review... So you guys can see building prompts, system prompt length, transcript segments, vision frames, requested clip count, loading frames based on images. Great progress. Transcription is now working perfectly with the OpenAI Whisper integration. Max tokens is too low. The model hit the output token limit before finishing. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so 8,000. So it hit the limit. So it was working. Yeah, that is progress. Imperium said it's using FFmpeg. Yep, it's using FFmpeg as well. What are your thoughts about what the future holds for ViewCreator? I think that 2026 is going to be huge for ViewCreator. There's just a ton of potential. I think the biggest thing about ViewCreator that gets me excited about it, and I was actually thinking about this morning, but when you have a tool that you can use for marketing, that I want to make it so that I'm genuinely using ViewCreator for everything. I want to have ViewCreator become a platform where I personally am using it for all purposes, right? Like, I am not going to be... oh, man. Okay, hold up. Kill the task running on port 3001. I'm going to be using... If max token problem, no, well, Cams, that was an additional problem on top of the error that we were having. So the main problem that we've been having for probably about the past hour, which Opus, okay, and this is why I say that it takes a while to actually get a feel for the model, is that Opus 4.5 was able to solve this after a couple tries. We did solve the issue, and now we're on to the next issue, which is potentially this max token limit, right? So we just went from 2,000 to 8,000. That could potentially not be enough, but that should be enough. 8,000 tokens there. I feel like that should be enough. Remove maxed in tokens entirely. That's a good point. If we hit max tokens again, I think we should probably do a retry completely. But it looks like we just had... So we have another job. We have a couple jobs going out. Let's try the playground and see if this actually works. So let's try high, and then we'll just do transform image. We'll do an image of... I don't know. I'll just take a screenshot of me on stream. Drop this in. Update this image and make it so that it's an image of this man on the moon. Alright. Ooh. That's actually interesting. All right, so we're going to try this. Just make sure that that mapping functionality works. James Shelley said this is extremely true. If you can use your own product and you aren't, it's a bad sign for your product. You should be dogfooding it as much as possible. Yeah, and it's cool because, with ViewCreator, I have an interesting perspective because not only, do I, obviously the Bridgemine channel is taking off. It's probably going to be over 100,000 next year. If we continue to go at this pace in terms of showing up, right? And it's like what I talked about this morning. Behind me, you guys can see, oh my gosh, look at this. Look at what just showed up. That is sick. That's so sick. You gotta be kidding me. That's hilarious. Guys, look at this. That's hilarious. My facial expression too. So let's go view full spring. Oh my gosh. All right. And then this is the cool part about ViewCreator is now we can go over to create and we can literally click on Bridgemind and we can click on single image and we can select X, Facebook, Instagram, continue, and then I'm just going to drag and drop this. The Bridgemind community is going to the moon. All right, and then I'll do the same thing. All right, and then I'll publish. So then we can publish this, right? And fingers crossed we don't get any unsuspecting errors right now. But, you guys can see that, this platform, I do believe in it. All right, what's going on? All right, so it's now redirecting. So now you can see that it redirected us. So it created these jobs, and now it's publishing to Instagram, and it's going to publish to the other ones as well. But, I just believe in this so much because, as a content creator, so to speak, and it did just publish on all of them, as a content creator and as a brand, I know the use case of this, and there it is on X. And here's what I'll say. ViewCreator is going to do tremendously well in 2026. I'm just shocked at how... I just can't believe what we've done, honestly. I appreciate you guys a lot for just all the support because you know, I've been showing up every single day, and I'm going to continue to show up for every single day. And what I want to prove is I want to prove this concept that we were talking about this morning on the day 84 Vibe Coding an App Until I Make $1 Million stream, which is when you're showing up every single day and when you're in pursuit of something and you just don't stop no matter what, you're dealing with an exponential situation where you know, right now we're at the very beginning of what will end up becoming incredibly exponential. And let's go check out our AI clips to see if those are working. It looks like we did get another failure. But guys, oh my gosh, we did get past. So now we're on to Quen. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Clip uploaded successfully. You guys see this? Oh shoot. Follow link. We gotta check this out. It looks like we have our first clip. Oh no. What the heck? All right, guys, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Opus 4.5. But yeah, I mean, okay, what actually happened here? 32 images. Review the logs. What are the errors that are happening here? Yeah, this product's going to be on Product Hunt for sure. So, you know, where I was going with that, though, is that, you know, ViewCreator is going to take off in 2026, and everything is going to take off in 2026. And I actually kind of have an Easter egg. I'm actually going to move the desk up. I have an Easter egg for you guys up here. Might have posted, but that link is cooked. What do you mean? You know, I have an Easter egg, and the funny thing is that, you know, I have been working for years to become a really good vibe coder. You know, I started years ago. I've been doing this every single day for years. I've been doing it before it was actually even referred to as vibe coding. You know, I put it up here. I've worked years for this moment, right? Because I've been training this whole time to become an incredibly capable vibe coder. Wow, it looks like credit service. Wow. Smart crop. Okay, default center crop. It's saying that they are uploading. Hold up here. Oh wow, this one's, oh my gosh, guys, this one said completed. Wow, we have our first completed AI clipping agent with Opus. Jodish TV, what's up? All right, so we do have a completed job, guys. This is big. We've been working on hours for this. Let's go. All right. All right, so what I said was, all right. Shmaloney, that's probably where the future's headed. Okay, over on Twitch, Nuffles said, would you mind taking a look at my UI? I don't vibe code personally, but would like some feedback. How could I do that? You can join the Discord community. There's a link in the Twitch. Uppa, what's up? He said, I have to ask, do you understand the code yourself? Or just give all the data and that just to the AI? And guys, so this is one point that I make, and I will soon be proved correct. But when I started programming 3 years ago, I started programming when the AI tools were just getting started out, when ChatGPT 3.5 was taking the world by storm, right? And I was learning how to program at the exact same time. What I saw, you know, I was starting out as a day one programmer. I mean, I programmed a bit in high school as a teenager with some Python, but I wanted to get into full stack development and create companies and to create startups, right? And I knew that. So I started to learn how to program at the same time that these tools came out. And I was learning programming, taking courses on Codecademy. And what I saw was that AI was going to completely change the world of development. And instead of leaning on my own morals for coding, I started to just use AI to offload a lot of the syntax work, okay? And as the models got better, things changed. And every time that there's a new model, the vibe coders get way more capable and way stronger. And the thing about vibe coding and the thing about people that are building with AI, to answer your question upon the point that I'm going to make, is that when you're vibe coding, there are like intricate workflows and intricate concepts that you actually need to understand. Like, you don't get started vibe coding and just walk in and you're an amazing vibe coder. Like, vibe coding is a skill. It is a skill. And you need to learn it, because in the next 5 years, there will be zero manual programming in 5 years. It will all be AI, and the successful software developers will all be software developers that are using AI in all of their work, obviously. So if you start now, get ahead of the curve, start working with these models and learn those workflows, you will be an incredibly capable person. I know that, you know, as my companies start to take off, I will not be hiring any manual developers. I will not be hiring a single one. I'm not interested. Let's see if we can we download this? Okay. So this one, 30-second clip, a minute and a half clip, UI copy to clipboard. So it looks like we are having access denied here. Okay, hold up here. This is huge, guys. I told you we'd be able to do it. All right. So yeah, so really my point is that you should start learning vibe coding, because every time that there's a new model that comes out, I just got 3% better at programming today because a new model called Claude Opus 4.5 just came out. Okay, so we're gonna go to this playground page here. So this is like just one example with vibe coding that you need to understand is that, let's say that you have something working in one part of the application, like in this instance, this S3 bucket configuration is off, right? That's one thing, and it was a common error, and I actually did kind of foresee us running into that issue. And I knew, okay, that could be an issue later on, but we do have it working over here. So I'm gonna drop this in and update the logic in the AI. Okay, there we go. All right, submitted. Okay, so chat, Matthew Don said, bro is spitting, let's go. PNK said, if he hasn't convinced you yet, this is a precursor to the holodeck tech from Star Trek. Yeah, this is just getting started. Rotero said, what happens when you have incidents when services fall over? What fixes the issue? What resolves the incidents? So that's where it's important, where you need to become an AI developer. That is what a vibe coder is. It's a next generation software engineer. It's not, there is a stigma around vibe coder of somebody that has no idea what's going on, has no experience in development. And I will say that there are cases where that's the case, right? But the BridgeMind community is changing that stigma, because our community is filled with significantly capable people, significantly capable individuals that do understand software engineering and have decided to put their, future in this technology. I code 100% with AI because I know that that's how things are going. I'm not going to be manually programming when I know that the way that things are headed is it's going to be 100% AI. So, for example, to answer your question over on Twitch, Rotero, I understand network infrastructure. and I understand AWS network infrastructure. So, for example, I've set up a way so that when our ECS service has errors, I have it in CloudWatch so that it streams the errors to Slack. So if there are errors in our cloud environment, I get them over in Slack. Also, I have Sentry set up so that when there are errors, I have Sentry alerting me. And there are things called MCPs where I can actually tell, and I was actually doing it during this stream, I was telling Claude Opus 4.5, go look at the Sentry MCP and evaluate the errors that we have identified and that have come across in Sentry the past 12 hours. And it was able to identify what errors are happening, make a plan to fix them, and fix them. And it's just incredible. Kill the task running on port 3001. So Beck said, what about learning architecture with AWS, especially the part that we can vibe code it with IaaC? Yeah, so I mean, it's just, you now with vibe coding, you can learn as you go, right? So you kind of, let's say you have a gap in your knowledge. You don't know how to do something. You don't know how to set up AWS infrastructure. Well, what you do is you offset the part of the knowledge that you don't know to the AI. Like, for example, this clipping agent, 4 hours ago, when we started working on it, I didn't know how to build a clipping agent, and we'll see how it turns out. I mean, we could open up this clipping agent and it could be complete garbage, right? But we'll improve it and we'll iterate. But in 4 hours, we're gonna have a working prototype. Maybe it's terrible. I mean, we'll see here. We're gonna test it again here. Let's just try and drop in like a super. I mean, let's just drop. So we're gonna go to the Bridge My YouTube. Also, if you guys are watching and have not yet liked or followed or subscribed wherever you're watching this stream, make sure you do so. I'm live every single day. I don't take any days off. Right now we're at 8,325 subscribers on YouTube and 110 followers over on Twitch. So I'm gonna try this. It's a 12-minute video, so it'll process a little bit faster. So let's use this video. We're gonna drop this in, create viral clips, and we're just gonna do 2, so that'll take a shorter amount of time. But guys, this is now working. We've been working like when you have the mentality that you are not going to give up, you're not going to stop no matter what obstacle is in your way, you become unstoppable. And the day by day is no longer, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. And that's what the Bridgemine community is all about, is we have a community of vibe coders and builders that are taking advantage of this technology. And yeah, we're going places, guys. That's all I have to say. So welcome to those of you that have joined the Discord community today, which is, there's a ton of you. Shout out to Minted, shout out to Zensi, shout out to Mighty Mulatto, shout out to Marine, shout out to James Shelley, shout out to Kinra, shout out to Dado Bio, shout out to Austin Washier, shout out to Angel, shout out to Excellence Dev, shout out to Ashu. If you guys have not already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. There is a link in the description as well as pinned in the chat. Thank you, Matthew Don. Ayush, how's it going? But guys, we are going places. I mean, we are, it's just, this is only beginning. This technology is just totally taking off. So let's go over to Cursor, and you guys can see that this is now working. And you guys can see that this is working. And it's just incredible to see it working. I mean, we worked all day on this, and, you know, maybe tomorrow, Enrique. The word of today is not a word at all. The word of today is x squared. And we are having an error with Quen, but the thing is that's actually not stopping us from creating the images. It's just skipping that step. So this is going to say completed here in a second. This is amazing, guys. I can't believe we're doing this. Murado said, I really like your job. Yeah, I like it too. But yeah, x squared, guys. Epoof said it, I like it. Like, let's say you need to change one thing in front end, but you don't even know how to edit a header. So, you know, that's interesting that you say that. So it doesn't matter whether you know how to edit the header or not anymore. What matters now is that you know how to get the AI to edit the header for you. Do you understand? So, like, your question is redundant because what matters is not... What matters now... Okay, this is actually really important because somebody over on Twitch said... Like, let's say you need to change one thing in the front end, but you don't know how to edit a header. And this is my thinking on it, honestly. This is my thinking. You either, like, this is you, let's say, this is you, right? And let's just draw this. it doesn't matter whether you use your brain or AI to get a task done. It literally doesn't matter anymore. That's a terrible drawing, but as long as you get here, it literally doesn't matter what path you take, because now you can outsource so much to AI that you can just get way further with AI. What am I using for the front end? I'm using Next.js. Influence Index said, what's up, brother? Got a question. How long did it take you to deploy your goalpost apps to the App Store? And did you have to get legacy privacy policies to an attorney? Oh, to an attorney? No, you can just create those with AI, man. You don't have to go to an attorney. I would not use an attorney to create that. Yeah. Okay, guys. All right, guys, we do have our first clips. Oh my gosh. Guys, we have our first clips. These are probably going to be bad, all right? But we did create our first clips. Here they are. We officially have our first clips. We made it so that users can click Enhance with AI, and we can just say, we can give it a prompt. This is optional, so if I just want to improve it, I can just click Generate, and it's actually going to be able to improve the description that was already there, or I can pass in instructions. So let's just try Generate here, and it says description generated successfully. So and then it completely rewrote the description. A couple things. First of all, I pretty much went over to Gemini, and I said, hey, the issue that we knew that we had is that the cropping system is not working. So let's go to this cropping. What is wrong with the cropping system? I need you to fix this. As you can see the errors, and it is very important that we're able to do face tracking and cropping, and right now Quinn is failing at this, so I review this and fix this. All right, so we're gonna fix that. Also, if you guys remember, we were working in Google AI Studio, and Google AI Studio, where is it? Do we have access to it still somewhere? Yeah, right here. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, where is this? Is it MP4? Yeah, it's this right here. Review the demo video of Opus Clip and evaluate how you think that they're doing the captions. So you can see that they have really, really modern captions. And for example, let's say that somebody's talking during a video, the captions are able to highlight which word is actually being spoken, and it's really, really good. What library do you think that they're using for this, or what logic do you think that they're using for this? What would you recommend that we use for this in our Nest.js application? Okay. I think this is still loading in, right? Yeah, it's still extracting. Yeah, it was just released. I will say, this model, I think this is really, really good model, guys. I think this is a really good model. I think this is a really good model. Look at that. That's so funny. The Bridgemine community is going to the moon. I'm going to like my own post. All right, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Influence Index said, with all these features, are your API and backend costs not crazy? Yeah, they're not. It's not expensive at all, actually. And it's pretty much all paid for by AWS. They actually, it's actually free, believe it or not. They literally gave me startup credits, so it's completely free for me. All right, let's see what Opus is doing here. Let's fix this. Fix this. Open router data policy, paid model training data policy. This. I actually would like to use Gemini for cropping instead of Quinn. Let's remove the Quinn integration and just use the Gemini. I like that better. Rather than have, I mean, why would you use Quinn when you do have FFmpeg supports captions. WebDev Cody just said. All right, shout out to WebDev Cody. Thank you, man. Let's go over here. All right. Let's see. What if this says? Yeah. He said Google AI Studio and WebDev Cody are one. It said the ASS format recommended for backend. Remotion. Whoa. All right, that's interesting. Nice, influence index, yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that. How are we currently handling captions? Because right now, I'm curious as to how we are generating the captions. Yeah, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Everything is blowing up on this end. We're going to keep on grinding. If you haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. We're about to hit 1,000 members, so. All right, so just interested in how we are generating those captions. Because, like, two things that we definitely need to improve with this clips generator is cropping. That's the biggest one. Cropping, face tracking. What's some others? Cropping, face tracking, and captions is like the big three. But where is the, yeah, right here. So we go here. So yeah, I mean, these videos are not good, but we got the videos actually working. That's just crazy. I went over to Gemini and I said, hey, I want you to completely re-envision this, right? And what it did is it created this site that you're seeing on the left. So it says, guys, if we get this working today in one day, I'm gonna lose it. I mean, I don't think I can stop grinding until we get this working. I might have to work all day, guys. And if I have to, I will. I mean, I have no plans other than working. I was talking to one of my brothers yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, and he was like, what's your plan? It was like Sunday, and I was like, I was going to work all day. And that's the mindset that you need to have. All right, so default FFmpeg. Okay, yeah. Yes, I literally already knew. Yes, I need you to integrate all of these. I need custom fonts, colors, positioning, word-by-word timing, and modern styling. Completely update the captioning logic. Also center the captions or place them in, yeah, so let's just center them. Oh my gosh, guys, what in the world? Nah, WebDev, we're gonna be able to build this, man. WebDev Cody said I spent a lot of time building a system to generate AI videos with captions. You might just want to find a third-party service. Do you mean like with the captions or like just... So let me get this straight. WebDev Cody, are you telling me to give up right now and use a third-party service? Because my answer to that is 2 letters. N-O. Let's get it. Aperium, let's go, man. That's the mindset I like to hear. Nori said Claude Agent Manager in Claude Desktop update from local folder. Please check it out on stream. Okay, Claude Agent Manager in Desktop update from local folder. I mean, we just got a better model. So can the better model do it, right? WebDev Cody said no, never give up. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right, clipping job interface. Legato, let's go. Shmlenny said mark zones which are safe for captions. Honestly, I think this is going to get it pretty quickly. Matthew Don said, I'm a video editor by trade working for influencers from 120,000 to 10 million followers, and then I made it and sold the software to someone. That's awesome. Nah, that's the water bottle mountain. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick while this is working. This is building captions. I'll be right back. All right, let's get it, guys. It's interesting because our day 84 Vibe Coding and Appleton Make $1 Million stream kind of got merged with the Opus launch. But Opus, I will say Opus 4.5, it did get this clipping system working. And I think that's why, you know, I say, hey, it takes time to get to know if these models are good or not. And we'll know it by the end of this stream how capable this model actually is, because, I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I mean, this wasn't working before Opus 4.5 started working on it. Yeah. Opus 4.5 will be critical to this mission. Yeah. Carter Sora asks how's Opus 4.5 coming along? Yeah, I mean, that's it's very fast. It's very fast. That's a very good point. Yeah, it's very fast. And I mean, that's all that really should be said, right? The clipping agent, we were working on it for, I don't know, maybe like, I think it was 2.5 hours, and we did not have anything working. And granted, some of that time was figuring out how we wanted to structure it. But, you know, one thing 100% that we can say is that this was not working or generating anything until we had Opus 4.5, and Opus 4.5 was able to get it actually working and functioning within 30 minutes, 45 minutes. When did we get the first one? And Ricky said that it's ripping through new Shad CM pages for me right now, so much better and faster than before. Yeah, Shmlenny. Shmlenny said, make sure to detect the main subject in the video to not put captions on your face or something. Yeah, I think, like, kind of how I work and how I'm approaching it right now is 100%, I totally agree. Like, the next rendition that we're going to do is going to see what's the cropping functionality look like, as well as what's the captions look like. That's going to be very interesting. Kill the task running on port 3001. I don't think this is all still included in my Ultra plan. Great, kill that task. Open CV for face tracking. All right, Aperium, hold on to that thought. Aperium, hold on to that thought. Open CV, I'll open CV. I'm gonna have that. Hold up, open CV face tracking. And that's why, you know, we were considering, you know, doing a better job in doing that fast API, right? Because we would have had access to more Python related stuff easier. We'll see. mean, we'll see how it turns out. Shmalani said you can use the new model from Facebook, detecting where the subject is using a prompt. You mean like FB Facebook? Matthew said, read up on what I said there, Bridgemind, and do the SRT plus WebGL so you have 3D text and cool looking animations and stuff. Wait, what did you say? You missed it. Wait, I didn't see what you said. But I'll review that. Let's test this now. It looks like this is done. So let's give it a test. Let's see if there's any errors and stuff. I can customize using environment variables. I don't want to do that, but yeah, I'm sure. All right. All right, let's test this out. All right, let's do 2 clips. Oh, jeez. All right. Okay. All right, awesome. Infinite Watts said, what happens on cursor when it says limit reach? I just subscribed yesterday. Am I cooked for the rest of the month? No, so you can enable usage-based pricing. So, you know, with usage-based pricing, you're able to, you know, go over your limit. So let's say, you know, on the $200 plan for cursor, I can use like $500 on that plan, right, of usage. And then once I hit my limits, which is like around that $500 mark, then I just enable usage-based. And then I usually go over by about $300 or $400. Oh, and Ricky said that the Claude plan reset today because of the launch. That's awesome. It's hilarious. Hey, if you guys are watching, you haven't already followed me on X, there's a link in the description down below. Go like this moon. Go like the moon post. It's hilarious. It literally says the Bridgemind community is going to the moon. If that doesn't deserve an X follow, I mean, go, guys, come on, go follow on X. I've got 491 followers. We got 177 people watching. Go support the X. Go support the Bridgemind community. I mean, we are literally on the moon right now. I got the mugshot with the AirPod Maxes on the moon, generated with ViewCreator. That's hilarious. All right, so this is still processing. Let's check logs. All right, let's go. Yeah, Pyrium, seriously. I love the mugshot is the funniest part. Just it's literally a mugshot. Yeah, it was not cheap getting to the moon. Bronny, yeah. Bronny said, so about $500 a month. How many hours of coding per day on average? Yeah, probably about 8 to 10 hours of coding. And then, yeah, 500, 600. All right, so here's the transcriptions. All right, so transcription's still working. So we're gonna have a couple new things that are getting, so now it's calling Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is able to actually process the image, right? So it's the, like, it says starting intelligence planning. So this is where it's gonna get a little bit dicey. Yeah, the web app is live at viewcreator.ai. It's in open beta, so. All right. Also, let's do a quick check on TikTok to see if we are approved yet. I mean, it could happen literally any day. Still pending approval. Who took the photo? I think Lance. Who's that guy that walked on the moon? Oh yeah, Neil Armstrong. Yeah, Neil Armstrong took the photo. Yeah. Neil Armstrong took this photo. All right, Gemini crop truncated due to token limit. All right, looks like. Web dev coding, you know what there really should be an API that can be used for AI clipping, and there's not a good one. It's expensive. I think it's expensive to do it. Opus Clip is expensive. All right. Oh, wow. All right, guys. Let's see what these are looking like. Let's go back home and let's see. Look at this. Guys, it totally bungled up my preview section. The captions are great. So, you know, I'm going to have to roll this back. And I think that this is one thing. I mean, look at this. It literally put... That captions improvement is incredible. The cropping isn't great still. The container underneath. So this is just one example, but this is kind of what I expected when using anti-gravity, just because... That's amazing. You know, it's not developed. It's not polished. It doesn't have the tooling that Cursor has. So look at that. I mean, if we go to ViewCreator.ai, and just so we can reference what it actually looks like. The issue is there's still no smart cropping. These were both trying to solve this div error right here, right? And we just went in with Composer 1. And if... All right, so smart cropping is still not working. These were both trying to solve this div error right here, right? And we just went in with Composer 1, and if I go to Cursor, and look at that. So we actually kept, we captions fixed it. Are done. Now the issue is that, you know, with, I mean, captions is easy. You know, I think this goes back to what Brother Code said at the very start of the stream. No, it's FFmpeg. Yeah, it was literally exactly what you said. So we go back up. Yeah, it's FFmpeg with the ACC or whatever that was. I don't even know, but I do know it's FFmpeg with ACC or ASS. It was, what did Google AI Studio say? It's that. It was this ASS. Yeah, it was the ASS with FFmpeg, so. Okay, so now I'm going to do something really interesting. I think you guys are going to find this interesting. This is going to be an interesting AI tooling thing. The download button is actually redirecting me to the URL. Make sure that it actually just downloads the video to the user's downloads directory on their computer. All right, so what we're going to do is we are now going to have this agent do a complete summary of all of its work, okay? So how this is gonna work, and I'm gonna move the desk up real quick because I wanna show you guys, this is actually gonna be some interesting AI tooling, because I know that this is, so we have clips, okay, we've done a lot, you know, we have a lot done, but the biggest, most difficult part is still yet to be done. And what actually is that? It's this concept of smart cropping. Smart cropping is not working. Smart cropping. So smart cropping. So like this is not working. What do we have working? We have captions working. We have clips, like it's actually able to generate clips. But this smart cropping, you know, nothing matters unless we can get smart cropping working, right? So I'm going to do some interesting AI tooling because I actually know nothing about smart cropping, okay? I have no idea how to program it. I have no idea what it even is. I know that I know the overarching concept, and I understand the different moving parts to be able to generate the crops, whatever, right? But yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a better solution for smart cropping. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna use AI Studio to process Opus clip and process ViewCreator clips. Okay? And what we're then going to do is we're going to have Claude Opus 4.5 do a complete summary on how this works, okay? And we're going to pass this documentation into AI Studio, and we're then going to have AI Studio evaluate the Opus clip and evaluate the ViewCreator clips and evaluate the documentation, and then advise on what we need to do to update our system to make it actually work like the Opus clip system, which is smart cropping, okay? So this is kind of an interesting approach that I like to take, which is just context engineering and understanding which tools need to be used for what. WebDev Cody, when you made the overlay video, did you just stream them all together as the frames were generated, or you put them all in a directory and then use FFmpeg to combine? I have no idea. I had Opus do it for me. And I'm proud to say that. Yeah, we created this vibe coding, so I have no idea. Okay, so let's get this done. Oh my gosh, let's go, guys. All right, this is insane. But I will say, okay, one thing before we get to that. Okay, so before we do that, or at least while we're doing it, so we did get an error, which was this one here. So Gemini crop response truncated due to the token limit. So it said smart crop truncate track generated 2 frames. So one thing I will say is we're gonna give it a shot to see. The smart cropping did not work. Review this in complete depth and help me think through why was smart cropping not working. It's still just centering based on the video. It's literally just centering based on the video. There is no cropping. There is no face tracking. There's none of that. Why is this happening? Do an in-depth review of the system and then update accordingly. All right, so we'll try that, right? But then while this is processing, we're going to let Opus 4.5 give it a shot. And somebody in chat just asked, how is it? This model, I was working on this clipping agent for 2.5 hours. The model came out, and we were able to get it working and have pretty much one-shotted the different steps along the way. So I will say that logic-wise, this is a very, very, very capable model. Especially for this back end. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go over to Opus Clip now, and we're literally just going to download this here. And then, so you guys see how it does smart cropping? Smart cropping is like, for example, this video here, this came from like exactly what you guys are watching on stream, right? This was a clip from a stream. So the biggest thing, the biggest update that we have, which is just tremendous news. Like, guys, honestly. All right, so, you know, it's able to crop my face cam and put it on the bottom half, right? Intuitively. And yeah, it would have to intuitively be able to do that. Matthew said that because I have a big folder with funny sounds and clips, it took a bit to tell it what effects I liked, when to cut, how to do animation, but it was all from the SRT. So, you know, this is able to do that intuitively. And, you know, what we now need to do is we need to reverse engineer that smart cropping logic. So what we're going to do is I hope I can upload multiple MP4s, because we're going to do an MP4 here. And then I should be able to now go to localhost Go to AI clipping agent. Hopefully I'm able to download now instead of the redirect. Thank you. Oh, man. All right, hold up here. I am getting blocked here when trying to download. Evaluate how the playground page does this and update the AI clipping logic so that I don't get blocked here and then I'm able to download the video. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure to do so. All right, sorry, chat's talking to each other. I'm trying to read chats. I'll just lock in, guys. We'll stay locked. All right. Okay, so now what we want to do is want to have a Claude do a complete, after this one finishes. Actually, let's toss another one in here. Let's toss another job in here. Once again, kill the task running on port 3001. Yeah, it is web dev. Let's go. All right. Maybe we can process a shorter video too. Let's go. Maybe I have like a very short clip. I want like a 10-minute video. I guess this one was already 12 minutes. That's not bad. All right, so back to ViewCreator. Create viral clips. Opus 4.5 is really, really good for those of you wondering, especially with back-end business logic. I'm very impressed. We were working on this AI clipping agent for about 2.5 hours before Opus came out. And then Opus came out. We updated the stream, and it's now banging. Yeah, web dev Cody for sure. This is banging away. So, all right. Oh man. All right, in-depth review here. Okay. Okay, go here, download, there we go. All right, so I did download. So these two, and then now I'm gonna go back here, and for this one, I now need you to provide comprehensive documentation on this AI clipping agent in a README file, specifically documenting how you do the captions and how you do the smart cropping. This is for another AI to be able to analyze and provide you with feedback. Build a comprehensive README that is incredibly detailed about this AI clipping agent and how you've constructed it, what technologies it uses, its architecture, everything. All right, perfect. All right, so this is what I just would refer to as context engineering. You know, back to kind of the thoughts here is we are offloading something that I don't understand, which is smart cropping, and we are offloading the logic of this to an AI assistant, okay? So what we are doing is we are dropping in Opus clip and what their video looks like versus ViewCreator, and then giving it the context of the README, which we're generating right now. Yeah, web dev Cody, that's very true. Yeah. Okay, so now let's open up. So that's generating documentation for us. Let's open this up. And the first MP4 video that I have provided, the one that is high quality with correct smart cropping, is a video from Opus Clip. The second one that I have provided is a video that we have created with ViewCreator. It's a clip that we've created with ViewCreator. As you can see, there is no cropping in this second video. I'm also providing the documentation from the ViewCreator system that provides all the documentation on the system. You need to review this and review how Opus Clips videos looks versus ours, and then provide me with feedback on what we could potentially change and do so that we actually integrate smart cropping the same way that Opus Clip does. For example, Opus Clip is able to intuitively crop a face cam onto the bottom section of a short clip video, and it's able to do that intuitively. I didn't prompt it to do that or anything like that. So we need to think through how to do the cropping. Right now, obviously, it's not doing any cropping. Literally, I think it's just centering on the video. So let's say I crop a 16:9 video and I clip it. It's just going to center on the center of that 16:9 video when we generate the clips. And the clips are 9:16. Note that. So review the Opus Clip video, review the ViewCreator video, and review the documentation, and then provide feedback and ideas of what we could potentially do to actually get smart cropping working. Remember that you are not responding to me, you are responding to the other AI system. All right, so we're gonna give it that prompt and open up cursor. Also, let's see if it was able to finish that other clip. Let's see here. So this is still processing. So we'll see on that one. All right, this is still completing. See the README. All right. All right, cool. All right, let's go. Gemini 3 Pro for the win. Nuri, we're not working with Claude Code right now. Yeah, we're kind of working on using Opus 4.5 inside of Cursor. I'll take a look off stream, and I could make a video on it. All right, let's go over here. All right, so this is, let's see if this was able to do it. Okay, so we do have some cropping, it looks like.
Spent 54 million tokens. What did that actually get us, right? So, let's take a look. So you can see
there's
here that,
some cropping.
I just had this slider, and then the website was like very...
Some cropping.
So in terms of UI, I think that there is actually a new leader in terms of which model is the best and most capable in terms of AI.
All right, so we'll have to take a look at it. You can see that it is doing
Very
something.
With like, here, I'll move my...
So
my face came out. But, you can... What did that...
Like, my face cam is in an interesting... Like, it did crop it. I don't think that's the very center of the page. It did crop it on something intelligent, at least.
Is we made it so that users can... Same thing with tags. The same...
But the big thing is that just that headshot logic, right? So... All right, so we're now going to pass this into Opus 4.5. I now need you to intelligently update the smart cropping system. All right, let's go, guys. Well, Gato, that's what we just did. OpenCV for Node.js. Well, that's face tracking, right, Imperium? Because face tracking is different from cropping. Like face tracking is when, let's say that this was a, let's say like that this stream that you're watching right now, right? Let's say that this was a 9:16 video. Face tracking would be, let's say I'm going side to side, right? It would then be tracking me in the 9:16, right? It would be literally be able to follow me and keep my face centered, right? That's face tracking. What we're trying to do is when my screen's like this, something that's really critical with these AI clipping agents is that it should be able to intuitively be able to crop my face here that you guys are seeing and be able to put it on like the bottom half of the video and then, you know, the screen or like parts of the screen on the top. It should be able to intelligently do that. So we're gonna see if we can get that working. Okay, it can detect faces in video in real time, both. Yeah, the Gato, I mean, I think that we're very close. You know, you can process video with the Gemini Flash models or Gemini models. You can process video. That's what we just did. You know, remember, if you look behind me, we just provided the Opus clip video and we were provided the ViewCreator clip video, and then we had it review them both and kind of compare the two. And then we dropped in the logic from ViewCreator so that it knew, okay, this is where he's at with this, right? I should have, honestly, before I update this, I should have pushed code. I should have updated. That's where I should have updated. I should have pushed on Git. Sorry. We can, if it breaks everything, we can roll back, but definitely a potential issue, but that's all right. Kill the task ran on port 3001. If you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're at 8,339 subscribers. We're growing so fast, I forget, like, just yesterday we hit 8,000, didn't we? It's just insane. Thank you for all the support, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's crazy. We are running up a check on Opus 4.5 right now. And I'm proud of that. We are running up a check. Top Lad said, hey, how's it 4.5 so far? Just heard the news. It is really, really good. It is really, really good, guys. This is such a good model. And it's amazing because now, you know, it's like, okay, Gemini 3 Pro comes out. It's amazing for UI. Opus 4.5 comes out. It's amazing at back end. GPT-5 models are basically just like cheap. I'm starting to not like GPT-5 models, honestly. I'm starting to not be a OpenAI guy. I hate to say it, but I think Sam's been distracted with covering up that murder. All right. Imagine this works, and we actually, in 5 hours, in one day, build an AI clipping agent. That is insane. Yeah. Matthew, what I found is that, like, for Git commits, I don't commit a ton. I commit maybe, like, I mean, my average, I think, is probably like 10 to 15 commits a day. Yeah, Shmaleni, it's done the same thing for me before. Terrible. It's really heartbreaking. All right, the new smart cropping architecture is going to update it. All right, I'm going to sit down for a little bit. Let's go, guys. We haven't hit one of the true vibe coding positions before. With the feet up, we got Opus 4.5, feet up on the desk. I mean, I can literally change scenes. The Stream Deck. All right, there we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. W's in the chat for the new model, guys. This is huge. Everybody that's a Vibe coder just got a 4% upgrade. We all just got better at programming, guys. How awesome is that? Literally everybody just got better. Everybody just got better. Top Lad said GPT-5 solves complex debug for me, but I always use Sonnet 4.5 for front end. TypeScript is too goated. Kill the task ran at port 3001. Alright. Alright, perfect. Alright, we're gonna test this out, guys. Time to test. So this is the video we're clipping. So, like for example, with this video, you know, it should be cropping my face. 100%, you know? It needs to be cropping my face. Create viral clips. W Linux. All right, so, you know, the first step is it is able to integrate with YTDLP so that it downloads the video, and then we transcribe it, and then we're able to process that transcription with Gemini so it knows what sections to actually crop, okay? And then based off of the what it's able to crop, what it needs to then do is it needs to like generate captions. It needs to generate the clips, and it needs to do smart cropping. And smart cropping is by far the hardest. You know, I think we've gotten through a lot of difficult key pieces here. So you can see that here's this. What is this? Is this the smart cropping here? So yeah, generating smart crop. So it says smart crop request layout type screen share, which is very interesting that it picked up that it was a screen share. Source. Obviously, 1920 by 1080. Time range gives the time range for what's being clipped. Frames and clip range 12. Generating dual region tracking for split screen. Requesting 20,000 max tokens for dual region tracking. So now we'll be able to see, is it actually able to do that? This is going to be big. If this does it, I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose it, guys. If we generate an Opus clip competitor in 5 hours, I mean, this is insane. Top Lad, you get like more usage, but it's not the same. I like Cursor better. Cursor is just a better tool. Oh man. That hurts. That hurts my soul. What failed in this run? Yeah, this is Cursor. Yeah, it does seem small. We'll see what it outputs though. This is so cool, guys. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. And there is a Discord if you guys want to join. It's pinned in the chat as well as in the description below. I don't even know how many subscribers we had at the start of today. I forgot. So cool. All right. Kill the task running on port 3001. Oh, Dan, you missed a lot, man. We made some breakthroughs. Man. I think we're about to have a working prototype, depending on what happens here. But last time I think that when you left, we didn't even have clipping working. It works fully now. Clipping works. Captions are working really well. The only thing that we are missing is the smart cropping. But we should have smart cropping working. MBB asked Opus 4.5, is it better than Gemini 3? And Bronny asked, which model do you think is faster, Gemini 3 or Opus? So I think that Opus 4.5 is faster. I think that Gemini 3 is still better at UI. But I think that Claude 4.5 Opus is now like I would call it a back-end threat. I would call it a back-end threat because this thing is absolutely insane at back-end. I mean, we were working on this clipping agent for 2.5 hours and, you know, we made progress, but honestly, I was not feeling great about the progress that we had made in the day 84 stream. I was feeling like we were kind of far off. So, you know, now we have it working. We have it intuitively generating these clips. We have it intuitively generating the captions with word tracking integrated properly. The one thing that we're missing is one of the hardest pieces when generating an AI clipping agent, which is smart cropping. And we're testing it out right now. So we'll see. I'm going to use the restroom real quick while this runs. We'll see if it's able to run. Keep an eye on it. Let's hope that it actually works. All right, here it is. There's the smart cropping step, right? All right, wait, hold up. Processing clip, smart crop. All right, so this is the big step right here. If this fails, so this failed the last run through. And Ricky, I'm dead. And Ricky said, new PR, Opus 4.5 is elected as new Bridgemine lead backend engineer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, no, that was the checking for publishing jobs. Gaslit me there. Frames in clip range 22. Oh man, another failure here. Come on. This failed again. Identify why. Think in depth. Kill the task ran on port 3001. Yeah. Dan, let's go, man. I can't believe it. All right. So, okay, to show everybody kind of where we're at and then what we're trying to do. So this is where we're at. If I click, oh, there's nothing running. Here, let me actually get this running again. And you know what I'm gonna do? Okay, hold up. All right. So we're just gonna run npm run start. So this is where we're at right now. So if I go to, let's start up. Yeah, Sobek, yep. So check this out. Let's refresh. So this is where we're at. So anybody that's wondering, like, hey, where are we currently at? What are we trying to do? Also, to answer your question, Opus 4.5 is really good at back end. So watch this. This is where we're at.
We spent 54 million tokens. What did that actually get us, right? So, let's take a look. So you can see here that, I just had this slider, and then the website was like very, very plain with like, here, I'll move my
3 clips.
So in terms of UI,
captions look pretty good.
There is actually a new leader in terms of which model is the best and most capable in terms of AI.
It is clipping like good clips, right? No, I use cursor. So, what we're doing now is you guys can see that it's not properly cropping these, right? So we need to come up with a way for it to crop correctly, and that's what we're trying to do right now. We're genuinely, we need this to crop correctly, okay? I think we're probably one or two renditions away. Yeah, Opus 4.5 is in cursor. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Jeez, this is crazy, guys. Such a good model. I'm so happy. I can't wait to cook on this tomorrow. Like, if anybody here is new to the channel, I am live every single day. I don't take days off. I don't believe in days off. And currently, I'm on a mission to vibe code an app until I make $1 million. And yeah, so I'm live pretty much every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live tomorrow for day 85 of vibe coding an app until I make $1 million. Moving musical said change the pixel XY in the viewport. That's what we're trying to do right now. So that's how the smart crop works, right? Is it's able to intelligently actually see, and then what we need to do is it needs to actually be able to make that crop, right? So we have the logic, like we have a concept working, but it keeps failing. So we'll see. Create viral clips. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, so Moving Musicals just asked, have you tried the Google AI Studio? So we just did something really interesting with Google AI Studio. I think you guys can still see it up on the board behind me. So for context engineering, for the smart cropping, Opus Clip does this really well. So I used AI Studio, and I was able to drop in an MP4 into Google Studio, and then I also dropped the ViewCreator clip, and then I dropped the context of the ViewCreator clipping agent into Google AI Studio, right? So then it's context engineering because it takes in the Opus clip video, it takes in the ViewCreator video, and it takes in the context of the ViewCreator system, and then it's able to actually intuitively say, okay, here's what ViewCreator is doing, here's what Opus clip looks like, here's what ViewCreator clips look like, and here's how the ViewCreator system works. What should I tell the AI to fix, right? And that's how we kind of did some context engineering, and we'll see here, it looks like, so the transcription works fantastic. Actually, processing it works fantastic. It's this smart cropping process that we need to work on. So somebody in the chat said Opus 4.5 and Cursor said, I don't want to see the monthly bill. And actually, it's actually not that bad. Opus 4.5 is 1/3 of the cost of Opus 4.1. So, okay, here's the smart clip, guys. This is big. Drum roll. This is big. I'm gonna hide my face because I don't want to see you guys see me cry. No, I'm just kidding. But this is important here. If this works, that'd be huge. But it's 1/3 of the cost. So that's huge. I mean, that's amazing because Opus 4.1, it's $75 per million on the output, and then what was it, $30 per million on the input? It's almost unusable, right? Or was it $15 per million on the input? It was something just outrageous, right? But Why did it fail this time? Is it the same reason? Do an in-depth report and come back to me with what the main reason is. Make it simple. Tell me exactly why it's failing. Don't update any code yet, but create a plan for potential updates that we can make to fix this. So let's actually figure out why. Try a different model. Moving Musical said, thank you, I subscribed. Hey, appreciate it, man. Anime said, is it possible that you could write it faster without vibe coding? No, it's not possible. It's not possible. Is Cursor better than VS Code with GitHub Copilot? Yes, it is. Copilot is like mid. This is, yeah, this is Claude. No, this is Claude Opus 4.5. All right, so let's see. The filter includes path to captions. The guy's probably wasn't creative. That's not happening. I think Gemini 3 is going to be like a really good UI model, but I think that Opus 4.5 is now just an incredibly capable backend model. So FFmpeg exits with code 1, but stder only shows the version with no actual error message. This happens when FFmpeg is learning. Move forward with all of the steps. We are maxing out this context window. Jeez. You guys want to see how much we've spent so far during this session on Opus 4.5? Also, guys, we're at 8,351. If you guys have not already subscribed, look at the growth that we're experiencing. A week ago, we were at 7,425. Even this morning, I mean, yesterday we were 8,200, 150 in a day. I mean, I appreciate the support so much, guys. And let's just keep the community growing. We have a Discord. And, you know, I think that one of the biggest reasons that we're growing as a community is because, you know, we're building a vibe community filled with true builders and a community that actually wants to help each other out. And, you know, for me, I'm not trying to make money off of YouTube. I'm not trying to get sponsors. I'm just sharing my journey. And, you know, I'd love to welcome all of you guys to be a part of that journey. I'm live every single day. I'm grinding every single day. And I'm just not going to stop. It's a really good model, yeah. Opus 4.5 is a really good model. So I appreciate all the support, guys, seriously. All right, so it's going to improve logging. It's going to do a lot of different things. So I feel good about that. We'll see here. Joseph, I got you, man. I didn't really test the front end too much. I'm going to make a video tomorrow, like maybe a 20-minute video breaking down like some different tests. Like, you know what's interesting is that, and this is like something very interesting that I'll just to kind of explain my thinking behind it, right? Is like, I probably don't do the best job of being like a content creator because, for example, I'm trying to build this clipping agent right now. And that's what I'm going to do. You know, so I'm sure that a lot of people want to see how good it is with UI. And we did do a couple tests. But right now, the mission is today we're building this clipping agent, right? So that's what we're seeing. But tomorrow, I'll try and make a video where I break down maybe in like 15 to 20 minutes of what I think of the model and testing out some different things and showing you guys, you know, what I think. But in terms of like just today, I can't give you like a super. I just haven't used it enough on UI because we haven't been doing a whole bunch of UI stuff today. So I'll try and do that for you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Dan. Yeah. Pedro said, finally a developer that doesn't do landing page BS. Yeah, I mean, you've got all these AI influencers that are just hungry for views, and they have a bunch of sponsors, and killed the task on port 3001, and they just are like bought, right? And I think that what we're doing is unique because I'm not taking any sponsorships. I'm not, like, I'm on a mission. I believe in what I'm doing, and you guys are along for the ride, and we're building a community around vibe coding, around building, around entrepreneurship, around AI. And I just think that there's just so much potential of what we're going to accomplish over the next year. Like, we're truly going to do something great. So I welcome you guys to join, you know. Okay, let's see here. So it is rendering there. So let's give this another shot. So I can go here. I'll just copy this link again here. Pass it in. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, Abhishek said, quick question about ViewCreator. How many instances and APIs are you running, and what specs do those servers have? Also, when traffic grows, do you scale by upgrading specs or something else? Yeah, so we're using Docker, and that allows us to then be able to use, you know, ECR and ECS. So I have a task session I've been up in ECS, and inside of ECS, you know, I have a service running, and the service has auto scaling, right? So you know, those task definitions, each task can, I mean, you can change it to be able so that each task can handle more volume, right? But with auto scaling, when you have that in a container, you know, how it works from a technical perspective, for all you guys out there, I mean, it's pretty much a pretty straightforward approach on how we're doing the infrastructure, right? So if anybody's interested in back-end logic, how it works is you have a load balancer, and your load balancer sits in front of a service, and your service kind of decides like how many instances of your application are actually running, right? So the load balancer, like, anybody can, you know, hit the load balancer. You know, so this is like pinging, you know, from ViewCreator, right? Or I mean, anybody can ping this, it's public, right? So people can ping it, it goes through the service, and then based on the traffic, it's able to scale these, and then it's able to, you know, do this. So if we get a ton of traffic, it's gonna go through here, ton going here, and then it's able to kick off, you know, more containers based on the load. And these are all just the same, you know, tasks. So that's how an API works. We're using Nest. So yeah, I'm on Ultra. If you guys are watching on Twitch right now also, make sure that you follow me on Twitch. The Twitch is actually starting to gain a lot more traction. So if you guys like watching on Twitch more, I have both chats open. So I just dropped in a Twitch link. If you guys want to go watch and follow on Twitch, I just dropped in the link to the Twitch. So go follow me over on Twitch as well. And if you like watching over there, you can watch it over there as well. I keep up to date on both chats. But if you haven't followed me on YouTube, like, subscribe, join the Discord, make sure you do that as well. I'll be live again tomorrow. I'm hoping that this works. Looks like we are. All right, we're on the smart crop here. So this is the important part. Oh wow. Oh wow, guys, it looks like it worked. Uploading clip to S3. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Guys, it looks like we have a test that has completed successfully. Drum roll. This is big. I'm nervous. I don't know what to say. I'm nervous. That's the best way to describe it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to see if it's able to crop successfully, because guys, we put a lot of work into this today, and we've made a lot of progress. So no matter what, we've made progress today. And I'll probably be live again later tonight for a vibe coding no talking stream. If you guys want to just hang out with the Bridge community, we do vibe coding no talking. Vibes are immaculate, and we all lock in. We grind all the time, but we are about to get this job back, and I have to say, I'm nervous. It did work, so we'll see. Yeah, give us the dopamine. Come on, please. It did get through that issue, though. So now it's processing the clips, generating the smart crop. So, like, so you can see, like, some of the crops. It said increased crop, 1080, 792, and then it literally labeled it face. So you know what I'm interested in? You know, is it able to, you know, crop? Oh my gosh, I don't know. We'll see. Here's another smart crop though. Yeah, Linux, let's go. Yeah, brother codes, we almost got it. It's still so the process, it's almost done. It's almost done. It's on the second smart crop, because how it works is now we essentially just added in an additional layer, right? We added an additional layer because now we have something that's on top of the clipping, because before it wasn't doing the Johnny Johnson said more drama, make a speech before clicking the play button. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, processing clip 303, because now why it takes a little bit longer, which is fine, you know, is that now how the steps work is, say you upload a video, it uploads, right? And then it evaluates it, it transcribes it. Based off the transcription, it actually looks for moments. So then you have Gemini review it. And then after it actually generates, like, okay, you're gonna be clipping the video from section, like, let's say 1 minute and 10 seconds to 1 minute and 40 seconds. You're gonna crop that. It then passes that, and the third step is to then actually be able to take in that section and then be able to crop it. So then it has to look at it, and it's gonna have to say, okay, based on what we're seeing, what's important for this? Are we gonna put the face cam on, like, what, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is obviously the most difficult part, so this is big. I have tried anti-gravity. I'm not a big fan yet. Real Ninux asked, how good is Opus 4.5? It's really, really good. This is the best model that we have by far, I can tell. All right, I think we're almost ready, guys. Yep, completed successfully. Total outputs, credits used 106. Oh, geez. All right. Oh my gosh, guys, here it is. All right, guys, this is like the climax of the stream. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so now. We've got 203 people watching. All right, let's see. Was Opus 4.5 able to create our clipping agent? So in terms of UI, I think that there is actually a new leader in. I mean, I did put my face in there. The best and most capable. We lost AI, captions though, or UI, and I think that it's now this Gemini 3 Pro model, because in order to one-shot all of this, you know, that's pretty impressive. I mean, you're talking about one-shotting. Okay, so cropping, we did move forward. It is cropping. Completely unique components that don't look like they were created with AI. It is cropping. I'm just very impressed. I love what it did with the nav bar. So we lost captions. Let's see another one. With this section. This one didn't work. This section works with every platform. Is like. This one didn't work either. We made it so that users can click in. All right. Shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting close. All right. It is cropping now a little bit, but with your updates, captions are no longer rendering in. Why is that? A little bit discouraged, but that's all right. I would have gone absolutely crazy if it had worked. I mean, this is just development. I think the captions are pretty easy to integrate back in. I'm not worried about that. Kill the task right now on port 3001. Wait, skip captions entirely for split screen. Oh, to isolate issues. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you guys see this? So to fix the issues, it removed captions. Gotcha, okay. 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 Okay, so captions were removed by choice by the model. Guys, I'm so addicted. We got a huge visual reasoning update. Oh, okay. Okay, so I do want to test this and see, is smart cropping still working when we do have captions enabled? Because that may have, been an isolated issue that now gets reintroduced, right? So, let's see. All right, let's go back now. And let's see if we still have that working. Let's literally just do one clip. Literally just one clip. Can you apply captions as a hovering overlay? Right now we're using FFmpeg to do the captions. Guys, I literally can't stop working. I love what I do. Shalom said, very awesome in a single day, entire product idea. In some cases, users may want to generate clips from same video, so the system can reuse the previous. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the Ultra plan is definitely worth it, in my opinion. So let's see if this works. I'm probably gonna go work out here. I'm gonna go to the gym, get a workout in, clear my head. I think we made a ton of progress ultimately today. I'm gonna let this run, but I'm gonna go get a workout in just to clear my head. Ton of progress today on AI clipping. Honestly, I think in the stream tonight for the Vibe Coding No Talking stream, I do think I'm gonna be getting it. Now, I won't be talking in that stream. The rule is you can't talk, okay? So I'll be playing some nice music. You guys are welcome to come. If you haven't already joined the Discord community yet, make sure you do so. There's a link in the description, as well as pinned in chat. But that's how I'll let you know when I'm going live. But I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna clear my head. I'm gonna watch this run. But I think we're gonna be able to get it tonight, guys. I think that we worked on it for what? I mean, we've been going for 6 hours straight. So I think I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna clear my mind. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna look. I think we did make progress with smart cropping. It just did not really position it how we want or position it intelligently. So whereas smart cropping did work, because you saw in that first clip how it did put it in the corner, it's just that it didn't really do it in a smart way, right? So I'm gonna look into that. But with that being said, I will see you guys later this evening as well as tomorrow for the day 85 of Vibe Coding an app until I make $1 million, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in, and